When Google unveiled their night sight on the Google Pixel 3, it really took people by surprise. An algorithm or software-based solution to enhancing the signal-to-noise ratio for smartphone photographers was absolutely brilliant, and the way it's been implemented has been fantastic. The Pocophone F1 has the same exact camera sensor as the Google Pixel 3 minus the optical image stabilization. And that means that you can take a lot of those software enhancements that are found on the Google Pixel 3 and implement them on the Pocophone F1. This includes the popular night sight mode. And recently, Xiaomi released their own version of night sight on the Mi Mix 3, and through software updates, it's been made available for the Mi 8. And today, I am going to compare the overall usage between the Google night sight mode and the Xiaomi night sight mode, both handheld and on a tripod, to see how smart Google's software really is. Hey, my name is Mitchell. If you're new to my channel, I make videos about the tech I use, things like cell phones, cameras, tablets, and drones. And if you're looking to pick up any of the products that I talk about in today's video, or if you're looking to just support my channel, I have affiliate links to AliExpress, GearBest, Banggood, and Amazon in the description down below. And it's because of your support that I can keep this channel going. Also, if you are on Telegram, consider joining my Telegram group. We talk about everything from Android to modding to kernels, just general kind of tech talk at an enthusiast level with other like-minded people all around the world. Just like my affiliate links, I'll have a link to the Telegram group in the description down below. For this comparison video, I wanted to use a kind of controlled set of parameters in regards to testing and to get my results back. So first I used the Xiaomi night sight mode handheld. I then used the Google night sight mode handheld. Then I put them both on a tripod, and then I used the Xiaomi night sight mode on the tripod, and then the Google night sight mode on the tripod. All of these images have been uploaded already to Google Photos and then downloaded back down from Google Photos. The reason why is because that's how most users, or that's how people like myself, would generally use photos that they take on their cell phone. Okay, let's go over to the computer and look at some images. Okay, so for all of these comparison videos, I shot 4 images in the same sequence. The first was the stock Xiaomi camera in its night mode. The next was the Google camera in its night mode. And then I put my cell phone on a tripod. And again, I used the Xiaomi night mode with a tripod, and I used the Google night mode with a tripod. The reason I wanted to see if there was a difference between using it on a tripod versus not on a tripod was to gauge how much information from the device the phone was using in order to create this image. And the results that I got back were quite interesting. Under, I guess you could say, a lot of light, even in a low light setting, such as this image that we have in the entrance of a hotel, there's enough light that Xiaomi is able to get us a really nice, pleasing result with their night mode. Now, keep in mind, I do have the Google camera app on my phone set up to give me slightly more muted colors so that I have more flexibility to edit them. I don't have this set up on the Xiaomi camera because that's not really an option, but I have the saturation and the sharpening turned down on the Google camera, and it's just a personal preference in regards to image processing. Now, when comparing the two devices under a decent amount of light, such as like a lit night market, we can see that the Xiaomi camera gives us pretty good results. And Xiaomi also does an excellent job of freezing the action and freezing the motion in the image. Compared to the Google camera, which has slightly kind of runnier colors that are a little bit more muted. The Xiaomi camera, I think, gives us a really nice compromise. Now, one thing to note is that Xiaomi is turning up the ISO and doing a heavy amount of noise processing in order to get us these results. And when we zoom into these images, you can see that, in fact, there is very little detail left. Although the image is not noisy, the image is very, very low detailed, very low sharpness. And we see this trend actually continue when we put the Xiaomi camera in night mode on a tripod. Even though the camera is completely still and stationary, Xiaomi is still limiting the shutter speed in order to get a better handheld or theoretically handheld shot. When we look at the Google camera on a tripod, it's clear that Google is taking information from the accelerometer and from the phone's different systems to go ahead and give us a much slower shutter speed. I was noticing shutter speeds of about a second, if not a little bit more, when I was using the Google camera. And I gotta say that being able to just put my phone on a tripod, not having to go into a manual mode, and knowing that the camera is going to take advantage of being completely stationary, just kind of in and of itself without me having to go into a manual mode on the device, really makes Google's night mode special because it does most of the computation and most of the guesswork in regards to the image for you. Now, the images that I got handheld from Google Camera often showed more motion blur than Xiaomi's. Although the Xiaomi images were a little bit sharper because Xiaomi is using a higher ISO or higher sensitivity on its sensor and a shorter shutter speed, we can see that these are two different approaches really to the same problem of gathering more light. Now, the last image that I got was here at dinner with my girlfriend because I wanted to see how it would do with either moving subjects or subjects that were dimly lit but still moving. And we can see that Google fully takes advantage when it senses that your phone is on a tripod or being held stationary and gives you an incredibly slow shutter speed, whereas Xiaomi is a little bit faster, but the trade-off is more noise. So the takeaway from this is actually kind of twofold. It's not that Google's Night app is necessarily significantly better than Xiaomi's. We just see that Google's night mode is a smarter, camera module simply because it takes in more information from the camera to go ahead and give you the best image possible. So if you are in like a sunset environment and the lights are coming down and there's ambient light, let's say from a night market, I would say that the Xiaomi and the Google app are going to give you pretty comparable results if there's a lot of motion in it and there is plenty of light while still being relatively low light. The Xiaomi camera, again, gives you really good, sharp results, especially in regards to freezing motion. The Google camera app, though, is going to get you a cleaner image with more information on it, but at the expense occasionally of blurring motion. So for someone like myself, who has been a photographer for more than half of his life, 14 years, 15 years at this point, I can say that now when I am composing a picture and I pull out my phone, I know which application is going to give me the best result for the specific outcome. So that's just kind of how I use them. I use them differently. It's not that one is better than the other. It's just that they're different. And each of them has different cons and different pluses. So we're going to take it back up top.
Okay, as you guys can see, the Google Night Sight mode is still somewhat better than the Xiaomi Night Sight mode, and it really depends on the scene that you're taking. And my best advice to Pocophone F1 owners or Mi 8 owners is that if you know the type of image you're going to be taking or you know the environment, know the results that each application can get you. That way you can choose whatever fits your scene best. It's really exciting to see more and more companies getting into algorithm and software-based photography, and I think it's something that really holds a lot of promise for the future of digital imaging. That's going to wrap it up for today's video. If you want to support the channel, use my affiliate links. If you want to join the conversation, go ahead, join my Telegram community. And until next time, it's been Mitchell coming to you from Hanoi. Peace.